Well met, friend. Come have a drink with me. After the battles we endured, I was hoping to find a celebration. Unfortunately, this inn is as dead as the elk served at the Skull King's table. Have you come to drink with me, perhaps, my friend? Well, that's a welcome bit of news. Even a party full of royals and nobles has got to be better than this place. Wait, will Emmerich and Iron be in attendance? If they decline the invitation, then it seems I have no other choice. I will attend Lord Baccaro's celebration, and if the festivities evolve into more serious conversations, perhaps I will even listen. I'll see you there, my friend. Wait until the Skull King hears what he missed. Raging storms, a deadly jungle, a battle against near hopeless odds at an ancient castle. My father is going to kick himself. Well, maybe not about the storms. He gets sick at sea. Absolutely. He was an adventuring bard before he took the throne of Eastern Skyrim. He's not as ancient as Emmerich, and that old lion enjoyed himself, when we weren't almost dying, at least. I'll send a report to my father. Tell him all about it. As long as nothing else out of the ordinary happens, I'll stay. At least for a while. The weather here on High Isle is so much nicer than what we have in Windhelm. I can do without the cold and the snow for a little longer.
Albatross, it sails the waves while iron sallies forth. The oaken knights know ancient ways. Now quick, where is my horse?
How about a coin or two?
Magus Slayer! To what do I owe this pleasure? Have I thanked you yet for all you've done? Not just for the alliances and Lady Arabelle, but for me personally. No? Well, thank you, my friend. I don't know many people who could have beaten the Ascendant Magus. But what brings you to the temple? Another royal function. I'm getting tired of those ghastly affairs in most cases. I was just considering heading home. Queen Maria must be missing me terribly. Unless... is the celebration in my honor? It's bad form to refuse such parties. Irene and Ernskar? Well, I can't allow them to attend and not show up myself. And I guess I do owe them something of a debt, too. They did help us on Amanos and at All Flags Castle. All right, I'll attend Lord Baccaro's celebration. It seems I'll need to pay more attention to the Sisters Archipelago in the future. My negligence allowed treason to fester and bloom unchecked. That changes now. But enough grim talk. We must celebrate. I will see you at Lord Baccaro's gathering. I will need to treat that situation delicately. Until I can prove one way or another that Duchess Elea was truly ignorant of her brother's plot, I can't in good conscience reprimand the entire house. Still, I don't take treason lightly. No, but we didn't exterminate all of those Order bastards, and their so-called Ascendant Lord is still loose. I have no doubt his rogue knights will rise against us again. I'll withhold judgment on the Duforts until my daggers investigate, though.
Hello, friend. I've always loved the sea. Comes from growing up on Somerset, I suppose. But what can I do for you, my friend? Don't tell me there are more rogue knights threatening High Isle. A party? Just another excuse to get me and Emmerich in the same room? Oh, very well. If we could face unprecedented danger together, we can probably survive sharing a few drinks and some food. And where will this gala event be held? That's probably for the best. It's close by. And All Flags Castle was quite a mess after the battle with the Ascendant Magus. It will take Lord Bacaro a considerable effort if he plans to make it ready for the conference again. Most of the belongings I brought along were lost when the Perfect Pounce sank into the sea. I wonder if I can find any suitable attire on this island. Breton tastes leave something to be desired. What am I thinking? This outfit is perfectly fine. We did not discuss peace, if that's what you're asking. We disagree on important issues, which is why diplomacy usually begins with social occasions. Banquets, balls, hunts, and the like. Rarely do they involve fighting for your life, though. We regaled each other with tales of how we survived the shipwrecks and our adventures on Amanos. I believed Emmerich was past his prime, no longer the great hero. And Ernskar struck me as young and brash. I now have a different perspective.
This is not good. Hello there, I am Rigard, sometimes called the Brash, and I am large delegate for the Ebonheart Pact Cultural Exchange. Or I would be if I had my scepter. That is what King Yoren told me. He said, Rigard, go to High Isle and be Ebonheart Pact Cultural Ambassador, and be large, delegate, and large. That is me. But I lost my scepter of office. I had it with me last night, but now I can't find it. Yes, I went out with delegates Tanilin and Olganash last night. We ate and drank like kings. I don't remember all that happened, but I spent most of my gold. And I lost my official scepter. Will you help me look for it? I can pay you a little. I've been thinking very hard, and it hurts. We should begin at the Ancient Anchor. That is where I will...
Not you. I'm sorry about that little scene. Some people are unbelievable. Welcome to the Ancient Anchor. What can I do for you? Oh, you're with this Nord? I'm not all that worried about what he left here. I'm worried about what he took. A night's worth of food, drink, and entertainment, all without paying. He and his friends skipped out on their bill. Like I said, they ate and drank all night in a private room. When I noticed it was too quiet, I looked in and they were all gone. Someone's gotta settle up. Your friend left his scepter? It'll do as collateral until I get paid.
You found a scepter. That is good. And I remember now. I wanted to pay the bill to impress the other delegates, but now I don't have the coin to do that again. We have to get them to pay their shares. I can't lose another scepter. Let me see. Tanilin didn't seem to be having fun, so I bought her a special drink. And then Olganash wanted dessert. I asked the man in the back for something sweet so my friends could have a good time. We headed back to our own lodgings after that. Oh yes, I am good diplomat. So I thought she would like something to remind her of home. After that, Tanilin kept asking for more drinks. We all laughed and had fun. We said goodnight just outside. She got in her carriage and drove off for home. We might have been arguing about where to get the best cake in Hrothgar. That made us want cake. But the man in the back room said he did not have cake. So I asked him to give me whatever he had for Olganash. I think Tanilin is staying at Steadfast Manor, a little way outside of town. She likes Lord Bakaro's gardens. Olganash rented a small house in Gonfalon Bay near the West Gate. Here, I'll be right behind you, when my head stops spinning. Good looking. Lord Bakaro may have proclaimed that this was a celebration for the Alliance leaders, but everyone came out to see the hero who saved All Flags Castle. I'm impressed how fast the word got around, even if I may have had something to do with that. Just wanted you to know, I worked it out with Lady Arabelle. She considers my debt to her paid in full. I think she may have confused me with you, but I'll take it any way I can get it. So, go in and enjoy the party. I'm sure I'll see you around. I put on a few disguises, sure. And I'm glad everyone's safe, but all this hero stuff gives me a rash. I'm not supposed to attract so much attention. Anyway, Lady Arabelle wants a word with you before she starts the main event. She's waiting inside.
Not my finest work, but I think this venue will do. I see you convinced our royal guests to come to our little gathering. Well done, dear. Now for the tricky part. Persuading them to stay for Lord Bakaro's talks. After so many perils, I suppose I couldn't blame them if they decided to leave. Excellent, dear. You saved Emmerich and the others from the Ascendant Order and ended the threat of the Magus. Plus, you salvaged the talks and restored the hope for peace. Take this. This is your day as much as anyone's. I have to address the crowd. We're here to celebrate the coming together of three great leaders, and to show our appreciation for a hero who saved the delegates and kept our hopes for peace alive. On behalf of Lord Bakaro and the Society of the Steadfast, I ask our honored guests to enjoy the celebration.
The Old Mary Dominion thanks our hero and promises to participate when the talks resume.
The Ebonheart Pact wholeheartedly agrees.
As
as does the Daggerfall Covenant. 3 cheers for our hero and for Lord Vaccaro!
Well said, High King, and well said, Queen and Prince. Let the celebration begin. I knew at the moment I saw you, dear. This one has spirit. This one has the heart of a hero. Not too unlike what Emmerich saw when he first looked at me. You know I appreciate all you've done, my friend. You can call on me for help whenever you need. No rest for the weary, dear. I need to help Lord Vaccaro restore All Flags Castle for the peace talks, improve security, figure out what other traitors beside Count Damard are lurking about. And of course, I need to keep the delegates safe. Not right now. The captains and Koska have agreed to help guard the delegates, but the rest is all paperwork and supervision. When the peace talks get underway, I'll send for you. If you're still interested in helping, of course. Nope. An excellent answer. I must write that down. I expect that my notes will make an excellent basis for the next Investigator Vale novel. I must send them off to the author at once. Let's just say the author is a very dear friend of mine. Why, I would even go so far as to admit I know her as well as I know myself. And that is quite positively all I intend to share on this topic. Now go mingle and accept the adoration of the crowd.
We have taken the first step on a long journey.
I think I can bear this Breton paradise a little longer.
We won the day, my...
Good thing I didn't eat you on it.
Can you help me? There's been a terrible mistake. I'm with the Daggerfall Covenant diplomatic mission. But this guard doesn't believe me. I'm not what he thinks I am. Rickard! He got me into this mess. Last night after dinner, we were talking about our favorite places in Rothgar. He disappeared into the back and returned with a bag. He said something about getting a dessert for me. I left. On my way home, this guard stopped me. I told him what I thought about that, so he frisked me. It turns out the bag was filled with skooma. I didn't know, I swear. Can you talk to Sergeant Dupertis? I've got diplomatic immunity.
You'd better talk to the guard. Olganash won't be able to
I'm
make
sure
shit
Olganash
of
spun you a sad tale. Criminals will say just about anything to avoid going to prison. He even told me he was a diplomat. Hope he's got a better story for the city magistrate. If I had a gold coin for every criminal who tells me he's got friends in high places, I'd be a wealthy man. Word of warning, Mainlander. Make false statements to an officer of the law, and you'll be in front of the magistrate too. I'll free Olganash if we catch the criminal who refined the moon sugar. There's a smuggler named Burjak Catalan who hangs around the Ancient Anchor. We're sure he deals in skooma, but we haven't been able to prove it. He's the criminal I really want. Follow Burjak Catalan and find where he keeps his contraband. I'll need you to bring me proof he's got skooma. We've tried to arrest him before, only to come up empty-handed. I saw Burjack in Gonfalon Square earlier. If you're in, start there.
You are very clever, friend. Just find Burjack Catalon's ill-gotten booty, and I'll get my scepter back. It's simple.
What a night. Time for a little nightcap. Back off, stranger. I'd appreciate it if you'd let me be. Leave me be. I'm minding my own business. What are you up to? Be about your business.
A
and
storm
leave me
has
alone.
delayed my ship.
One more and I'll be dancing.
Back off, stranger. I'd appreciate it if you'd let me be.
Hello. Would you happen to be looking for work?
Was it good when you get to
Jobs
travel?
available.
What?
Oh, she must have taken ill after dinner last night. Look for a mammoth ear plant in the woods near the manor. We need to wake her up. Crush the leaf and give her the juice. If she wakes up, we can tell her about her share of the bill. It worked! She's awake! I was a little worried that she might be dead.
Surely death would be more preferable to... this. Still, I thank you for waking me. I was having the most horrific dreams. Who are you again? In the spirit of cultural bridge building, I joined Olga Nash and Riggett for dinner. A routine exchange, but Riggett ordered food and drinks all night long. Why? What's going on? Oh, I'm afraid I have no idea if I paid or not. I don't even remember leaving the inn. It's entirely possible that I forgot to contribute toward the bill in my condition. What in the world did I have to drink? Oh my goodness, that's disgusting. No wonder I got sick. I promise I'll return to the inn and settle up soon. Now, if you'll excuse me, all of a sudden, I'm not feeling so good.
A diplomatic success. Thank goodness we were able to help her recover from this unforeseen illness.
I'm busy. Very busy.
What are you up to? Be about your business and leave me alone.
Ah, you are back.
Did you find
Do you have
Berjac
this-
Catalan? More importantly, did you bring back any proof that he's dealing in skooma? Someone has to go to prison today. I'd rather take him than your friend here. I knew it! Thank you, Mainlander. We've been trying for months to catch Berjac Catalan with incriminating evidence, but he can smell a guard from a block away. He hides it all before we get anywhere near him. I'm true to my word. I'm after the smuggler who's bringing skooma into my town. Not some drunken fool who ends up with a vial in his pocket. But tell your friend if I see him anywhere near Moon Sugar again, I'll arrest him on the spot.
Olganash has paid his debt to society. Another diplomatic triumph.
That's better. I can't thank you enough. Without your help, I'd still be under arrest. Now, what's all this about Rigert and his missing scepter? No one paid the innkeeper. I don't understand. We ate and drank quite a lot last night, but Rigert said he'd taken care of it. I would never skip out on a bill. We have to make this right. What do you need me to do? Gladly. I'll head back to my rooms and clean myself up. As soon as I can feel my fingers again, I'll meet you back at the inn with a coin for my share. It's the least I can do.
Excellent! Good thing we came along when we did. I can't imagine how he got himself into this situation.
Right, that's settled. I hope you all have learned your lesson. Don't pay the bill to shady characters in a back room.
We are in agreement.
I admit it. I didn't expect to see you again. But your three friends finally came back to pay their bill. They even added a little extra for all the trouble. Unlike some people in this room, I remember to pay my debts when they're due. These three ninnies came back and paid what they owed. So here's the scepter. You should tell your friends to use more common sense in the future. Your friend Rigert happened. First, he bought the High Elf Rotmeth, thinking it was a taste of home for her. After that, he tried to get a sugary dessert for the orc and mistook a skooma dealer in the back room for one of my staff. The skooma dealer gave Rigert something for his friend the orc, all right. Rigert decided that settled the bill. He came back and told the others he'd taken care of it. They were both far too drunk to sort it out. Ninnies, all of them.
My best.
I have one more favor to ask, friend. Could we try to keep this whole business just between us? I'm kind of new at this, you see. I was just appointed to the Covenant's delegation, and I'm worried they'll send me home if I foul it up. I didn't even want dessert. We'd been eating and drinking all night. And since we'd been talking about cakes earlier in the evening, Rigert must have thought I had a sweet tooth. I was even more surprised than the guard when he found the skooma. It wasn't my finest hour. I may have relieved myself against a building along the way. And when the guard spoke sharply to me about that, I argued back at him. You know the rest of the tale.
I am positively mortified. In all my years of diplomatic work, I have never been involved in such a scene. I would be in your debt if you could convince Rigert to never bring this up again. Look, it's embarrassing enough without you rubbing it in. We drank far too much. Rigert bought me Rotmeth, thinking it was a taste of home and not some nasty wood elf swill, and I downed it without even looking to see what it was. Because Rigert kept buying them. It's the first rule of diplomacy. Don't embarrass your host by refusing what they give you. But the second rule is don't make your guest drink like a wood elf pirate. Evidently, Rigert didn't know that.
My bestest friend. Thanks to your help, I can commit diplomacy again. Everyone here will know that they have been diplomatized by Rigert the Brush. But I still have no idea how things got so out of hand. Everyone was so upset. Diplomacy is hard work. I bought special drinks for Tanilin, but they made her sick. I ordered dessert for Olganash and tried to pay for dinner. Olganash got arrested, and the innkeeper kept my scepter. Now, I'm even more confused. I don't know what high elves like to drink, And I'm not sure why that man gave me a bag of skooma when I wanted something for my friend Ulgonash. I only wanted him to have good time. I am stumbled. Did Marisette Lemaitre have my scepter of office? Thank you, friend. I am official large delegate again. Just think of the great diplomatic triumphs that are sure to come because you helped me. I do not have much gold left in purse, but what I have is yours. Another diplomatic success! Thank you, friends, for an unforgettable night.
It was certainly a, well, unique experience.
Agreed. It was unique. Let's all agree to never speak of it again.
Maybe I can
The All Flags, the All Flags, was led by the Emperor.
Rule number 1. Nothing is too small to steal.
When I sailed for Sentinel, I had no idea the High Isle market would be so lucrative.
I hear that the nobles turned out to be High King Emmerich and some other royals. They had a party in Gonfalon Bay.
And we weren't invited? Huh. Everything good happens on High Isle, not Amanos.
Need to learn how to stay on the good side of the jailers. You don't want to get processed and banished to the jungle.
Certainly not. I heard that if you get processed and banished, you can never leave the jungle or you die. Some kind of alchemy or magic or...
Through this gate lies the jungle of Amanos. Your home for the rest of your miserable lives.
This one knows she can never leave the jungle. But sometimes slipping through that gate is so tempting.
What is she thinking? No one gets off this island. Did you see that ridiculous Breton running around collecting trash? Called herself Luna Jolvain. She's building a raft to take her to Whalefall. In all my years as a prisoner on Amanos, I've never seen someone get away. She'll get torn apart. Her partner, Anton, was selected for that game one of the jailers plays. He hunts prisoners for sport on that island. She doesn't think he'll last. I've heard the prize for survival is your freedom, so maybe she just doesn't want to be alone. I guess those two aren't the fighting type. Luna said they ended up here for swindling. If you want a laugh, look for her on the western coast. Maybe she's built her trash raft by now. She might even offer you something to help her. So, you plan to help the Breton, eh? Saving that Anton of hers will be tough. Make sure that any gold she gives you is real. Can't trust a swindler. Oh, and if you see her, say hello for me. And good luck crossing that water.
Address your kills quickly if you take them down by the water.
Anton, you better be alive to make these splinters worth it. If you came to judge my raft too, I don't want to hear it. I only need to get to Whalefall and back. I know the waters are dangerous, but my partner Anton got selected for the game there. He's not the type who can survive it. Just the rumors I've heard in the stockade. No one knows which jailer runs the game. If he chooses you, then it's off to Whalefall. You get set loose, and he hunts you down. Apparently he promises freedom if you survive, but I doubt that. The two of us work together to convince people to give us their gold. We're not really the fighting types. I can't see Anton lasting too long alone against hunters. How about you come with me? I need an escort, and I'll give you the coin I have. So, here's my plan. We ride the raft over to Whalefall, find Anton, then leave. Now that I've said that out loud, I see it's not much of a plan, but it's what I got. I'd like to get a move on, though. My partner is clever, but not especially tough.